Welcome to another breathwork session. Today, I invite you to stand up and do this breathwork standing. And we're going to do a little bit of breathwork, and then we will get into the anatomy of the jaw and how that relates to the whole being and the whole unit that is our body. And so if you're up for that, take a big stance. So standing up. And just starting to pay attention to the breath. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. For a moment, try to give up any sense of, am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong? Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. With each exhale, just allowing the body to relax. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Making the exhale longer than the inhale. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Paying particular attention to the jaw, noticing if the teeth are touching or the teeth apart. Noticing if the tip of the tongue is placed on the roof of the mouth. Just noticing, no good or bad here. Just noticing, what is the jaw doing? How do the teeth fit together? And on the next exhale, relaxing all of the muscles of mastication that are on the sides of your head. So inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, relaxing those muscles that innervate, or the muscles that move the jaw. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, relaxing the muscles of the jaw. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, relax the muscles of the jaw. And then dropping that practice and noticing what's changed. How did that slight change to our physiological breathing change our emotional, mental, and spiritual makeup? What's happening right now? How do you feel? What has changed? Noticing the constantly changing phenomena that are arising and passing. Notice the place that our awareness has in that arising and falling. Things come into our awareness, and then things also come out of our awareness. What is that awareness? Instead of looking at the object, looking at the breath, or looking at the tree, or looking at me, can we notice what is watching the tree? What is watching the breath? What is that thing? That awareness. Can we become aware of awareness? The awareness is always there. It's always on. Maybe even during times of deep sleep, it's still there. In changed form. So just noticing the awareness of the awareness. Noticing that very subtle, silent, simple fact of your existence. You are existing. You exist right now. Notice that existence. Can you rest quietly in that existence or in that awareness instead of getting wrapped up in the object of that awareness or the object of the attention? Just becoming aware that you are aware. Noticing that it's impossible to stop the mind by force. If you could, you would do it all the time because it feels really good to have the mind stop. So just noticing that the mind will do its thing and treat it like a pet. Don't give it too much attention. And back up to that awareness, the awareness and the existence of this moment. And now see if you can maintain this as we start going into the more intellectual or thought-based sharing of knowledge. You can do this all the time. You don't need to sit down. You don't need to have a formal meditation practice. You can do this in every waking moment. And ideally, the goal would be to do this at all moments. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the jaw. We all have one. And how it fits in to the whole unit, the whole body. A lot of people grind their teeth. A lot of people have a lot of stuff going on here. I do, and I still do, and I'm almost actually through with it. I had an operation on my jaw. It lasted for about 5 or 6 years of intense chronic pain in this area. And I learned a lot about how to manage and even move through entirely the stuff that's going on here. And so I'm going to share a little bit about what I've learned. So just take your jaw, and if you can, just let the jaw totally relax into your hand so you can move it around. So just moving around the jaw, noticing what happens here, what happens on these muscles right here as you just move the jaw. And now I want you to gently, at first, clack the teeth together using your hand. And then relax that. And now noticing how the teeth fit together. So closing the jaw, closing the teeth on each other, and just noticing how they fit together. noticing all of them, all the teeth, how they fit together. So that's what's called occlusion in dentistry, is how the teeth fit together. And it's most dentists believe that it's just that's the only thing you need to worry about is the occlusion. But what I've found is that actually the teeth are connected intimately to the muscles of mastication. And you've got your masseter, so take your fingers right here and just start to massage the muscle right in front of your ear. So finding the top of it, finding the bottom of it, finding it where it's connected, and just give it a little massage, a curiosity as to what's going on in this muscle. That's the really strong, powerful muscle that allows you to chew through meat, and was way, way stronger back in the time where we used to chew through raw meat. So that's one muscle of mastication. And then you got another one. This one's called the temporalis. So just take your fingers like I am right here and just kind of go down and up on that muscle. So feeling that. That's a accessory muscle for the main action of jaw, of speaking, eating, chewing, all of those things basically. And your teeth are directly connected and in a functional relationship with these muscles. It doesn't end there though. There's more. There is a connection between these muscles and your cervical spine. So the part of the spine that is in the neck, called the cervical spine. So the first two vertebrae, the C1 and C2, these guys up at the top where the head meets. So try that. Try getting your fingers right next to, right where the back of the skull meets the spine. Trying to find that spine, the cervical spine, and then meeting the top at the back of the skull. And so just trying to find that. So the placement of that vertebrae, the C1, C2, affects these muscles, which affects these teeth. And it's a bidirectional relationship. So the teeth can also change that as well. And guess what's really important to the back of the head? If you go to the back of your head, put your palm on the back of your head, and then start to close your eyes and then move your eyes around. Move your eyes around. You should be able to feel the muscles in the back of your head by moving your eyes around. So your eye placement is totally connected to the back of your head, which is very closely related to the cervical spine. And that's not all. So we are bipedal. So that means that we are on 2 feet. So our relationship with the earth also affects where our eyes are. And so you can't separate the jaw out and say the jaw does this and the jaw does this, completely ignorant of everything else that is going on in the whole body. So if you've got jaw issues, you probably have issues going all the way down. And I shouldn't say issues, I should say misalignments. This is a part that I haven't gotten into, that I haven't figured out how to explain and express yet. I do know that a lot of people in cultures that don't have chairs and cultures that still work in fields don't have as much chronic pain as we do, but there could be other variables. And I think a lot of it has to do with how standing and sitting. Most of us sit all the time, and I think that creates a incentive structure which changes our spine and changes all of these things that I've been talking about. But I won't go too deeply into that. If any of you have been watching this for the last few minutes and are really interested and have issues going on with your jaw, I don't know that I will be able to answer them. I'm not an expert. I'm just helping with what I've learned. Go ahead and ask them now if you have any questions about what is going on with your jaw. And another important part is the tongue. So not only is chewing and speaking a really important thing for these muscles, but also swallowing. So anytime you eat, there's a chain that goes on. So try swallowing right now. Try swallowing a couple times. Once that begins, you can't stop it. So it's an automatic thing. And all of these things are regulated in the autonomic nervous system because they're really deep. They're really primal. Where we get our food is like that's been going on since amoebas, getting energy from the outside into the body. So swallowing and talking, all of that also has relationship to the jaw. There's a really interesting bone here called the hyoid bone. The hyoid bone is right here, right above the Adam's apple in men. And that hyoid bone has interesting muscular connections with all of the jaw, and then also into the shoulder. So there's omohyoid muscle, which connects from the scapula all the way up into the hyoid bone. So again, you talk to a doctor, doctors will be like, well, or a dentist, you got your jaw and you got this thing going on and it's only in your jaw. It's not related to the rest of the body. That's not true. There's functional connections pretty much throughout the whole body, particularly in the network called fascia. And so you got this omohyoid muscle that goes up here, and then you got muscles going up into the swallowing mechanism as well. So this muscle is also very, very important for the mechanics of the jaw. I think that's enough for today. Hope you enjoyed this, and have a great day.